So it's been a while since I've talked about my binge eating on this channel, so I just thought I'd like to give a bit of an update in this video. So how's my binge eating been? Um, Not great. I mean, I still do. I actually think it's maybe worse than it was a few months ago. Like, not only am I snacking a lot of the times in between meals, like I usually say I like to stick to the diet of one meal a day, but on some days I have been able to skip out on lunch and then just have dinner at night, but then still kind of snack just before bedtime. And then on some days I snack during lunchtime, so that will be for lunch, and then come dinner time I have dinner but tend to eat quite a bit, and then snack just before bedtime, and then sometimes even have dinner, binge eat like an hour later, and then binge eat again just before bedtime. So it's like, yeah, it's overall not been that great. Like the last time I weighed myself about a month ago, I was at 260 pounds. So I'd already gained 20 pounds since I was on my diet, but now a month later I'm kinda a bit afraid to go on a weight again on the scale. But yeah, it's just not been overall that great. Like it's just become a very unhealthy way to manage my stress, is just to comfort eat basically. And each time I binge, I seem to eat. I binge more than what I was used to before, so I'm ending up just having like 4 or 5 slices of bread, and then like maybe 4 slices of cheese afterwards, and then maybe have a pie afterwards, and then have tons of biscuits, just whatever I could find around the kitchen basically. It's just like my mum, like I've asked my mum to hide food wherever she hides them, like in her room or something, just to kind of help myself. Like like if I can't find those items, and I'm not going to eat them. But on some days I have found myself basically sneaking into her room and just scavenging wherever she hid the food. And unfortunately I did find one of the hiding spots, so I did kind of binge eat a little bit whenever I did find them. But yeah, it's overall not been great this past month in terms of my binge eating. Like, I don't know, all I keep thinking about most of the time is food nowadays. Like I want to eat, or I feel stressed, I want to eat to manage it, and then after eating it I feel more stressed, and that just makes me want to eat more. Like, in a way it's almost become like an obsession to eat. Like even if I'm not hungry, I just feel like, oh, I gotta have something to eat. So yeah, I just feel like ever since I've started this new dose of medication, it's just made my appetite just really skyrocket, and has caused me to binge eat even more than I usually did before. So yeah, it's not been healthy or great this past month. So I'm definitely gonna have to speak to my doctor about this issue, and then see if we can maybe find some sort of plan to help me not binge eat, or maybe reduce the dosage on medication, but at the same time that will changed my mood and how I feel. So I guess at the moment it's just all about finding the right balance of the right balance of combination of medication to take. But yeah, that's just the update on my binge eating this past month. So yeah, overall it hasn't been great, and I can feel that my knees have not they've definitely I've definitely been feeling a lot more pain in my knees lately because of the increased weight. So every time I need to sit down or get up from a chair, having to use basically the strength in my knees to lift myself up, or even just walking down and up the stairs, puts a lot of pressure on my knees, and it just causes them to crack, and I just feel a lot of pain in my knees. So when I went down to 240 pounds earlier this year, I could definitely feel that I was feeling much less pain in my knees when doing any activity, really. So yeah, I want to stick to my diet and lose the weight again, but yeah, my stress, comfort eating, and medication change is just proving very difficult at the moment. So again, I just need to bring these issues up with my doctor, which hopefully I'll be seeing her maybe later this month or early next month, since I did receive a letter that was supposed to be scheduled to see in mid-June, but unfortunately I'll be away on that day, and I'll speak about it a bit more later in the video. But for now, it's just a update on what my binge eating has been like. So as for how this week has been for me, I guess the first thing is that I have not really been working on my book this week. Like, I got up on Monday morning, and then I was ready to like I sat myself down, I was ready to continue the drawings, but then I just kind of felt I just didn't have the motivation to do it. And I guess at the same time, because I've been working on this book pretty much every day for the past like 2-3 months, I guess I just kind of feel a bit burnt out from it and just kind of need a little bit of a rest from it, I think. I mean, I did take a bit of a rest from working on a book quite a few months back, and I think I did mention it in my videos at the time. But I basically took about 2 to 3 weeks off to give myself to kind of recharge my energy and motivation, I guess. So I think I'm just going through one of those phases where I just feel burnt out. So I kind of need to take a rest from it and recharge. I guess that leads into what I was saying before in terms of why I can't see my doctor on a scheduled date, and that's because later after this video goes up, I'll probably be on board my cruise, and that's because me and my mum have booked to go on a cruise trip for 2 weeks. And yeah, I mean, we booked it about a month ago, maybe about almost 2 months ago now. And within that time, I've just been having to do a lot of preparation for it. And it was definitely stressful. Like, not only do you have to book it, but then afterwards you need to buy insurance, get proof of COVID vaccinations from like the GP, print off the travel documents, and then put in all your passport and identity information, and then print out the label for your luggage and just many other things. So it was definitely stressful getting all of that information together, just because on the website of the cruise it says to do this, but then when I emailed the person who helped me book the trip, he was saying do things this way. So I just didn't know what was true and what was not. So I definitely was stressed throughout booking this trip, but I think now it should all be sorted. So yeah, I'll be departing on the cruise later today, and there's not going to be any Wi-Fi on the ship, so I most likely won't have a video up on next Saturday. But on the trip home will be the Saturday afterwards, so maybe I can upload the weekly video 2 weeks Saturday from now. But it really just depends on what time I get back and if I have time to make the video to upload, I guess. But I'll be sure to be still recording my weekly videos while I'm on the ship, and then I guess, while I'm out on other places, I can record myself in those places and show you the surroundings I'm going to. So basically, the cruise I'll be on will be going to Iceland and Norway, and I've never been to those places before, and I've never even been on a cruise before, so this is definitely going to be a new experience for me. But yeah, apparently the cruise is almost like a mini city on the sea, so there's going to be plenty of activities and entertainment to do. So there's definitely swimming, a gym, a cinema, shops, pretty much anything you can think of in terms of entertainment is pretty much on board. So hopefully I won't be bored on the ship, because there will be some days where the whole day will just be traveling to get to our destination. But if I do find myself getting bored, then I always have my video games to play on, because I do plan on bringing them as well. I am looking forward to it, but at the same time, because Iceland is such a cold place, I hear it's very near the North Pole, it's going to be relatively cold. So here in the UK, because it's been cold for so long now and it's finally starting to warm up in the month of May, having to go to a cold place just to be exposed to more cold is going to be a bit off-putting, but at the same time it'll be a brand new place to explore and see, so hopefully it should be enjoyable. But yeah, that's basically why I had to reschedule my doctor's appointment, because I received a letter that the appointment will be pretty much in the middle of my cruise time, so I had to basically call them up and reschedule. So now I'm just waiting to receive a letter sometime after the holiday. So yeah, so again, next Saturday won't be a weekly video, but then 2 weeks maybe, I'm not too sure. But then the Saturday after that, so 3 weeks Saturday from now, I'll definitely should be able to upload a video, and it should be hopefully quite an exciting one, because I'll just be talking about the places I've been, showing you the locations I'm at, and yeah, hopefully it should be an enjoyable trip. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in 2 or 3 Saturdays time. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.